In the heart of a deep, green forest, a new friend had just moved in. His name was Finn the Hedgehog. Finn wanted to make friends in his new home, but he carried some worry in his heart. Similar things had happened in the places he'd lived before. On his first day, Finn sat quietly under the shade of a tree, slowly taking in the sights of his new forest home. That's when the rabbits spotted him. Excited to meet their new neighbor, the rabbits rushed toward Finn, quickly and suddenly. But when the rabbits approached so rapidly, Finn startled and curled up instinctively. In that moment, sharp spikes sprouted all over his body. This wasn't something Finn wanted to happen. It was a natural defense response that occurred whenever someone approached too quickly. The rabbit who had been leading the charge got pricked by one of Finn's spikes. Though Finn apologized frantically, the rabbits backed away in fear. The rabbits whispered among themselves, warning each other to be careful. Finn's heart ached. He had wanted to make friends, but once again, this had happened. The next day, squirrels discovered Finn. Like the rabbits, they bounded toward him excitedly and quickly, but the result was the same. When Finn saw the squirrels approaching so suddenly, he startled again, and out came his spikes. One squirrel got pricked and ran away crying. Day after day, the same thing happened. When birds suddenly flew down to perch beside him, or when a fox rushed over to say hello, the same pattern repeated itself. Finn truly wanted to be part of the forest community, but whenever someone approached suddenly, his spikes would emerge without warning, hurting others. Gradually, the forest animals began to fear and avoid Finn. They warned each other that the hedgehog was dangerous and to stay away. Finn's heart grew heavy. He never wanted to hurt anyone, yet he kept causing pain to those around him. Eventually, Finn retreated to the edge of the forest to live alone. He could only watch from afar as the other animals played together happily. Finn sat by a small pond, gazing at his reflection and feeling sad. He wondered why he couldn't naturally fit in like the other animals. Then one day, he heard slow, gentle footsteps approaching. It was Tony the turtle. Tony walked toward Finn at his usual unhurried pace. But unlike the other animals, Tony was different. He didn't rush forward. Instead, he approached slowly, very slowly. And he stopped at a comfortable distance. Tony offered a warm greeting. Finn was amazed. Tony had come close, yet his spikes hadn't emerged at all. When Finn wondered aloud why this was happening, Tony smiled warmly and explained. Perhaps it was because he had approached slowly and because he hadn't come too close. For the first time, Finn felt safe. Someone could be near him without triggering his spikes. It felt miraculous. When Finn asked if Tony was afraid of him, Tony said he wasn't scared at all. He simply chose to respect Finn's comfortable pace and distance. From that day forward, Tony and Finn became friends. Tony always moved slowly and maintained a comfortable distance while chatting with Finn. For the first time, Finn understood what true friendship meant. It wasn't about rushing to get close. It was about matching someone else's pace, showing real consideration. More importantly, Finn began to accept himself. He realized that his spikes were a natural response to protect himself. The problem wasn't with him. It was with how relationships were being approached. One day, the wise owl came to visit Tony. The owl asked Tony if he could help bridge the gap between Finn and the other animals. Finn seemed so lonely, and the other animals didn't seem to know how to interact with him. Tony gladly agreed to help, Tony went to each group of forest animals to tell them about Finn. He explained that Finn wasn't a bad friend. He simply got startled when someone approached too quickly or suddenly, causing his spikes to emerge. If everyone approached slowly and maintained a comfortable distance, Finn would feel at ease. The rabbits showed interest first. They asked if they too could become friends with Finn. Tony assured them it was absolutely possible. However, he advised them not to rush forward, but to approach slowly. He also suggested keeping a comfortable distance rather than getting too close. That afternoon, the rabbits went to the pond where Finn spent his time. But this time, they didn't run. They walked slowly, very slowly, and stopped at a respectful distance. The rabbits carefully offered their greetings and expressed their desire to befriend Finn. Finn felt nervous at first, but because the rabbits had approached slowly rather than rushing, his spikes didn't emerge. When Finn cautiously asked if they truly wanted to be friends, the rabbits said yes, but in a way that would make Finn comfortable. And so Finn and the rabbits began conversing from a distance. Though awkward at first, it became more natural as time passed. Squirrels, birds, and foxes also approached Finn one by one. All followed the method Tony had taught them, slowly and maintaining a comfortable distance. Finn was amazed. He could hardly believe that he could fit in with the others just like any friend. After several weeks, a new scene unfolded in the forest. New rules appeared in the forest playground. Approach slowly first, observe the other's reaction, maintain a comfortable distance. All the animals tried their best to follow these guidelines. The animals would gather together while maintaining their own comfortable distances as they chatted. No one tried to rush forward, and everyone respected each other's space and pace. Finn no longer felt lonely. Though he couldn't play shoulder to shoulder like other friends might, he felt deeply connected to everyone in his heart. One evening, all the animals gathered under the great tree. Finn sat a little distance away. The wise owl slowly began to speak. The owl shared the precious lesson they had all learned that day, what true consideration really meant. All the animals listened quietly to the owl's words. The owl explained that everyone has different paces. Some friends enjoy moving quickly, while others feel comfortable when approached slowly. What matters most is having a heart that considers each other's pace. Tony nodded and added his thoughts. Rushing forward doesn't always mean friendliness. Sometimes approaching slowly and maintaining distance can be the greatest consideration of all. Finn was deeply touched and moved to tears. He felt so grateful to have friends who understood and cared for him. Finn quietly bowed his head, reflecting on the kindness his friends had shown him. He shared how sorry he was that his spikes had hurt others when they first approached, but expressed his joy that they had all learned to understand each other. The rabbits responded with bright smiles, saying they had learned so much too. They realized that matching someone's pace rather than rushing forward was truly the better way to become good friends. The birds chirped gently from their branches, sharing their own commitment. While they loved flying swiftly through the air, they promised to fly slowly when spending time with Finn. The squirrels also offered their heartfelt promise. Though they enjoyed leaping quickly through the trees, they pledged to move slowly during moments shared with Finn. That night, the forest was more peaceful than ever. Each animal rested comfortably in their own space, yet felt the warmth of being connected in their hearts. Finn sat in front of his small burrow, gazing up at the stars. He no longer felt lonely. Even from a distance, he could feel his friend's care. Tony also smiled as he looked toward Finn from his own spot. He realized once again that being slow and keeping distance could sometimes be the most beautiful form of consideration. From that night forward, a new culture took root in the forest. They became a warm community that acknowledged different paces, respected each other's comfortable distances, and shared true friendship within those boundaries.